Live for April. So tonight I'd like to share with you the Let's Set Sail stamp set and punch. I've actually loved playing around with this. It's so versatile and I've created so many different things with it. But tonight I want to share with you the black ice technique. So let's flick over to the desktop and I will just go on here so I can make sure that I can see if anyone is there. Oh, hi Shani, welcome. Lovely to see you. Now, I got this for my online monthly class actually, and I've ended up using it so much that I thought I would share it with you tonight. It is really versatile, and I love how it's sort of like a distinctive stamp in the sense that initially when I was stamping the sails I thought, oh my goodness, I can't seem to get a clear stamp, but if you look, it's actually been made to look like canvas, and so it does have that sort of patchy look, which I think is fantastic. Hi Lynette, welcome, thank you for joining in. Okay, so the technique I'm going to show you first, though, is the black ice technique. It is something that has been around for a while, but I thought it would be perfect for this, and I am using the blue foils from the Waves of the Ocean set. So I have actually gone ahead. Now I've stamped on this turquoise one already. Now I'm just worrying, of course, that the light is going to be not so good for reflection, etc. So I'm hoping it's not too reflective. This is the turquoise one, and as I say, pre-stamped the image because it stays on, and it does take a while to dry, and you can't do the rest of the technique if you're waiting for the stays on to dry. So I've just stamped the ship, and well, it's not a ship, is it? A sailing boat. A ship's a lot bigger than that. And the sails, and this is a separate stamp here for the reflection, which is fantastic. That's that one there. And I've done some birds in the sky. Okay, so this, as I say, has been around a while, and I just thought it might be very good on this as a technique. So I'm going to just grab my Stamp and Seal and just run a couple of bits across the back here. Just get a bit sticky. Now I'm going to run that down my pants just to take some of the stickiness off actually, and then I'm going to just pop that on there. So I want that to stay where it is when I'm running the ink pad over. Okay, so oops, that's not staying. I might have taken too much of I think I took too much of the stickiness off that time. Let's try again. I'll just use it like that. That should be fine. I can take it off. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, so I've got it on some grid paper here. Oh, good morning from Germany. Welcome. Thank you for joining all the way from Germany. Lovely to have you. Now, I'm going to use some StazOn. Now, I've re-inked this. It's quite a good idea to make it quite juicy when you go to use for this technique. And don't ever throw away this second lid. This, because this is alcohol-based StazOn, it does dry out quite readily. So you need to keep it sealed quite well in this container. So a good idea not to throw that away. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your StazOn pad and you're going to just angle it, and you're going to start off on the grid paper, and you're going to start more heavily up the top, and you're just going to pull down like so. And I'm actually going to turn it around as well and do some from the bottom. Okay, so the next step is we're going to do the same thing with now this is, I've done this a couple of times already, so it is a little bit, it is a messy technique. So if you want to keep your ink pads, etc., pristine, it's not the one for you. You probably could wait for that to dry, it might be better, but we are not going to. It takes a little while to dry, so. Okay, I have now got clear embossing powder, and I am going to just cover that. I just love, it's such a simple thing to do, really. Someone very clever thought of doing this, and it is amazing on gold or copper or any of those colours, but I thought I'd just use, because we're using the Let's Set Sail, I thought I would use the blue foils. Okay, just tap off the excess. Use that just to try and minimise mess. Okay, now I'm going to have to use I do try and avoid this normally. Actually, I'll just try and get that top bit there. Avoid using the heat tool normally because it's quite noisy, but can't avoid it. It doesn't take very long though, so lock your ears. Okay, right. Luckily they're not actually that loud. And you can see as it turns how beautiful and shiny it becomes. I just thought I'd give this a go on the turquoise because I haven't had this colour, I haven't done it on this colour before. Go. Just give that a second to dry. Wow, that does look pretty amazing. Don't know if you can tell from there. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? Wow, love that. That is amazing. Okay, let's start putting the rest of the card together. Hopefully that's dry. Yep, seems to be dry already. Let's pop some glue on there. Grab my glue. Right. These are great for any card, for masculine or feminine, but I quite like the sailboat, etc., as a masculine card. And I've done a square 5 by 10 inch or 5 by 5 inch card. Just an aside as well, I don't know if anyone's seen my posts, but I got hacked on my Instagram account. So distressing. It's just so awful. Someone's using my my grandchildren for photos and messaging people, and it's just, you know, you can't control what they're doing, and it's devastating, and Instagram doesn't respond, unfortunately. So if you are on my old account, then they've changed the name subtly anyway, but please block and delete or whatever, and I've created a new one today. So please follow me on that, Karen Hadler's Crafty Beehive. I'm just having to start afresh and just put it behind me because it is quite distressing. Okay, this I have white embossed. Now I just wanted to show you something that does not want to stick down on that corner, does it? When you use your embossing buddy and you give a nice powdery covering on there so that you don't get all the flecks, once you've finished your embossing and your embossing has dried, if you grab your microfiber cloth and then just wipe the black, as you can see, it just comes up perfectly. So yeah, a really great tip for making sure you don't have a really sort of fuzzy piece of black cardstock. So I'm just going to cut that into two, and I'm just doing it not roughly, but I'm not worried about it being exactly straight. Of course, those of you that are very fussy can always sort that out separately, different with a trimmer or something. But I just wanted it to be not too exact. And I'm going to pop that there. Got some black. Oh, thanks, Shani. Yeah, it is good, isn't it? Because I used to pop that on the black cardstock and used to be always annoyed because it never looked very sharp afterwards. But you definitely need to use it because, I don't know, for some reason black seems to be like a magnet for attracting the stray bits of embossing powder, and you end up with lots of bits everywhere, which is extremely frustrating. Okay, whoops, put that one upside down, and so doesn't want to stay. Whoops, I'll get that cord out the way. And I'm just using some of these, which are the adhesive back hexagons. These came with the Abstract Beauty Suite. Oh, I actually remembered a name of something tonight. Usually my mind goes blank when I'm on here. And there we have a gorgeous black ice card in the turquoise from the blue foils. And I actually did, because they have blue foils, but they also have the silver, which I did it in the silver as well. But I did try and do it in the Night of Navy, and that was a bit hopeless. I don't know if you can see that. You can't. I thought I'd give it a go, but no, you can't really see much on that one. So yes, just a wee tip. Don't worry about that one. So just some of the other cards that I have done with this set. This is just stamping. It's a monochromatic card with the sailboat and a large moon. Really like monochromatic cards, I must admit. I think they really make a quite great statement. This is a slimline one. I've used the papers from the Ways of the Ocean, just sort of ripped them and used the stripes and splattered embossing folder on this vellum. And then I have punched out the sailboat, and I've just punched out some vellum and just scrunched it up and put it on to make it look like some sails. That's the navy blue foil under there as well. So I'll have to bring that down a little bit so you can see it, because it's a tall card. And then this was a Z-fold card, just using the horizon papers, just creating a sailboat scene on the water at dusk. I sort of think that looks a bit more like dusk, that one, than the sunrise. And then I did something similar with it being somewhere a bit cooler with the lovely snow-topped mountains. And then I've also done this one here, Adventure Awaits, with just a little porthole. And you open it up to, and this is from the Fortune, the Swan, I've forgotten the name. See, I did forget the name of something on that card there. So yes, so love this bundle with the sailboat and the punch, and I just think there's so much you can create with it. So I hope I have given you some incentive to get this set, and I think it is carrying on actually in the new catalogue. So definitely one to look out for. So thank you so much for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. Make sure I'll put a link in the comments for my new Instagram. Please make sure you follow me, and I would love to see you there. So take care, everybody, and see you next week. Bye.